Think about it. In 2 weeks, you tell me. Okay. So here's what happens. We have net metering. Just I thought for take your just for some food for thought this way. Take your regular meter that you have in your house, your mechanical meter, not your digital one, so make life easier for you. Okay. And think about it. And when we come back in 2 weeks, the meter spins one way, right? When we're taking power of the utility company, so they charge us, right? And that meter means what? The meter spins the opposite way when we're selling power. And the idea behind net metering is what? We're giving what? We're selling power at the same retail value that we're buying, which is a great thing. Okay? So we're getting credit equivalent. Now, not many utility companies like that, okay? So they use something what? Dual metering, which means we buy it at one price and we give it back at a different price because they want to make sure that they cover some of their expenses for that, okay? But my question to you guys is, so this way since it's about 20 to 9, to think about it, and a nice electromechanical meter that you have, one time spins one way, the other one spins the opposite way. I want to know from electrical terms at some point what makes it do it that way. Okay? There's something to argue. Excuse me? Look it up and Google it. Okay? Islanding, okay? Islanding sometimes. If you don't have to solve it now, come on, think about it. And it's not a tricky question. Okay. Now, what happens if all of a sudden the utility company has an outage, okay? An outage, and your system now, it's what? It's still producing electricity, okay? Now what happens is you must make sure that if the guy's up in the pole is working to fix what? Some wires up there, you don't do what? Electrocute. So there's a condition which is called islanding, and now you want to make sure that what happens to your inverter stops working, so this way it doesn't feed power to the utility. So all listen now interactive inverters must have this capability to stop the system from working. Okay.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Because when there's a power outage, you have to be without power in your house?
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
It's a smart deal, right?
It's
called electrical eminent domain. It's called put a switch in after, turn it on, turn it back on.
Now, if this is during the day, and it's a power outage, then
I want power.
then your
If you-
won't be your power
For my house. That's why you put reasons.
If you guys, take it easy. Relax. If the question was, if the utility loses power, the inverter will stop. So therefore, in the utility interactive system, now what happens is, you cannot feed power back to what? To the utilities. Because what happens, you guys kill the guy.
Okay, why can't you? What about putting it to yourself?
There's methods.
I want power.
Okay, there's methods that you can do in the design to be able to do what? To put your system in standalone mode, eliminate it from the utility and so forth. You got to design all these things, and you have to have it approved by the utility should a condition happen. It can be either or. Usually, sometimes we will call a little bit things. Some inverters, they call them bimodal inverters, that actually work on a condition, a standalone as well as an interactive type of utility-based system.
Isn't it like an automatic transfer switch, no power?
There is methods on the code that we can design a system to cover this thing. It's not like a simple way that said, okay, just put a switch there, I'll flip it out, and so on. Because utility companies do not accept just, simple little, you know what I'm saying, you rig something up. It has to meet compliance to their safety, because utility companies, they go according to the National Safety Code, not the National Electrical Code, so there's got to be some sort of what? A strict specification of how do you handle situations like this.
Gotta be some type of automatic transfer switch where if there's no power, it shuts down. Just like a generator transfer switch.
So it's a critical load panel in there someplace.
Yeah. Okay. So just remember that if this is the inverters are built in with this kind of, most of the list is type of interactive inverters that you have. That if you have a condition like this, the inverters will stop supplying power to the grid. All right. This is and it's extremely important because you don't want to kill somebody accidentally. So now, this is the typical net metering that you have. Power can flow both directions, and this is the dual metering up here that you have with 2 meters up here. Obviously, this is the best way. Some of you early installers, guys, some of you early installers, when you did this type of installation, after you finished with the installation, you found the closest pole or the closest tree up there, and you put a sign and it says, look, this house, your meter spins backwards, or you want to see your meter spin backwards, and then you have callers. This is our telephone number. This is the early installers as they try to sell some of the solar panels, and I can still see them up there. You want your meter spinning backwards, call us. We'll figure out how to do it for you. This is with a bi-directional meter. And some of you guys, of course, you've done that in your house by taking the meter, flip it around, so this way you left until it's slightly different. Some of you old-timers, you make sure that you drill the glass through it, you put like a little pin up there, right, touching the actually spinning there to make sure you stop it. There was always creative methods of some of the electricians come down. All right, take it easy. Okay, there are some systems, okay, that they call them bimodal system, very similar to an interruptible power supply system, and I guess your book also gives you a little description about UPS systems, which I didn't want to go through here. And what happens in a bimodal system, under different type of normal circumstances, it acts like a utility interactive type of system, okay? And you serving the load, and you have any excess power, it gives it to the utility, and it keeps the battery, fully charged. If the grid becomes what? De-energized, disconnects the utility, and operates the inverter to supply what? AC power to the inverter back. So bimodal system with some sort of what? Disconnecting means would allow you to do what you say you wanted to do. And typically this is what how it works. And then one certain way to do it. Typically what you do is you're feeding some sort of a critical load panel up here, and you feed some of the power through here. What do you like? Here's one way to do it, what you wanted to do before. All right? But this, most of the inverters now, I don't know if do all of them are bimodal? Some of you guys, is all of them bimodal? No. Do all of you? Of course. Yes.
What is the role of the inverter actually? Is the inverter maintenance 120 volts constant all the time? Because this picture kind of doesn't make sense. If you're, what does the inverter do?
What the inverter does, it's just a box. Okay, it's just a box. I mean, look at it as a dummy box.